We're on a construction site, but in that, what do you see here? Do you see economic progress in action? Do you see jobs, money? Do you see the ranchers who left this place abandoning hopes and dreams that somebody had at one time? Do you see the birds, the insects, the wildlife that run out because this is taking place? This is the construction of the bed for a new railroad. Don't do many of those anymore, but one's coming in here, rural Texas. Now what you see depends on what you're tuned to see. What are you nostalgic about? Is it economic development that you were in at one time? Is it nature that you prowled through and enjoyed at one time? Is it some old ranch that you worked and you got a nice little building and something that became a historic artifact? What we're seeing is another episode in man-made cycles going back millennia. An observant person going up behind me may yet find artifacts going back 10,000 years. What we're seeing is a repetition of man-made cycles that go back that far, maybe beyond, where one group drives out or takes over from another. We know that Spanish conquistadors began to displace the Native Americans in this locality about 400 years ago, and then Spanish and Mexicans continued until finally the pioneer Texans and Americans began to establish ranches here. And the little red building behind me is the remnant of somebody's old ranch that was a great place at one time. They may have been very nostalgic about it. It was their work or the work of their grandfathers or great-grandfathers, and that is gone. And now what do you see? Well, this is the route of what we think might be progress disrupting that. Let's go a little further. How many people would see this as a disruption of nature? We keep crowding out nature, and this is the kind of project that does it. And it isn't just here. It's all over the U.S., all over the world. Without being able to see what we do to nature, we'll continue doing it. Rules and regulations won't stop it because the incentive is there to circumvent them. What we see here is the failure of an 19 year effort of ranchers to save an old way of life, old to them. But you think about it, what's reality? Reality is what you see here right now. That's real. How different is this reality from one that went before or some that may come later? We can only imagine or try to project that. And we have to. Now, a lot of nature's been driven out here. There was a lot more wildlife here only a few weeks ago. And where did it go? And these kinds of projects are going on all over the world. We cannot continue to do this kind of project and expect nature to continue to take care of us, because we keep pushing and pushing and pushing. What we think is development, nature sees as incursion on nature's space. And so, are you nostalgic for nature? Not if you've never been around it. Probably not. So, get around it. Really see what's happening when these projects take place.